Allman Brothers band lived here, whole, part and parcel, from early 1970 until Barry passed away in late 72. My wife and I bought this house in summer of 1993. So 20 years later, it came back into the fold. We opened the door. It's been a stealth museum since we bought the place. There's no sign. There's no brochure at the visitors bureau. I saw them for the very first time in a little club in Chicago in February 1st, 1970. Gradually throughout the 70s, we became friends with the band. I got to know them on a really what I'd call personal friendship level after the band broke up in '76. The band splintered. They had been the biggest band in America, the quintessential American rock band, and then they scattered. And they started playing little joints, theaters, clubs. And access was a lot more possible. And I started to really, at that time, once I got a little stability in my life and I wasn't living in a truck or, scooting in the middle of the night, leaving shit behind, I started to keep track of stuff. And so it was just a matter of keeping things. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be a historian or, oh, I'm going to build this tremendous collection. It wasn't about that. It was about keeping memories. Had kind of this general concept, but no map, no schedule, just kind of go wherever, and just copied everything like a big vacuum cleaner, sucked it all up. And I find in the garage, there's like three big old plastic milk crates filled with tape. Cassettes, reel-to-reels, just out there with leaves and bugs and palmettos, and it was a mess. But that was Mama'd have a kitchen cupboard drawer filled with tape. Found the old sound man. No, I had a steamer trunk. I had a footlocker full of tape, and somebody stole it, and there was no central archive for the Allman Brothers music. This magnificent music that changed every night it was played. Nobody gave two shits about it, They were busy doing it. The Allman Brothers weren't like the Grateful Dead. They didn't have Osley, millionaire acid dealer, to underwrite their whole deal. So a lot of the tape that I found, I would copy for this guy or copy for that guy or use as trading barter material to get these other tapes from here and there. So it wasn't like I was gathering stuff with this corporate mentality of building an archive of Allman Brothers property. It was like, they didn't care. Let's share it with the people that do, And it'll, by that same token, enlarge what's there. It's about telling the story. It's not about building value. That's the way I look at what I've done here. I mean, if you look around here on the wall, there's not many, but there's numerous things here that are copies. They're not original. There's one over here in the corner that's autographed by the band, and it's a copy of a poster, but it tells a story. If I had a first-generation copy rather than the master, well, that's better than not having any tape at all. Or if I've got audience tapes of shows that there are no board tapes of, We're currently in the midst of the tape archives at the big house. We've got videotapes, cassettes, DATs, multi-tracks, hard drives, tape going back to '65. One of the ones that we came across that's really cool is the missing tape from Stony Brook, 1971. We put it out as our second archival release, and the middle tape had Blue Sky on it. It was a live Blue Sky with Dwayne and Dickie, and it was pretty remarkable to find that, because there were some bootleg audience tapes that were really poorly recorded, and so there was no live example, on a soundboard, on a releasable, and so that was very cool to find. you know, we started a project about 3 or 4 years ago of digitizing everything. We've got that all on a date by date chronological database. We know what shows have videotape and what shows have DATs and that sort of thing. We've got that broken down on like an Excel spreadsheet. And we started with the best quality. We started with the best quality, followed by the best performance, followed by best performance and substandard quality. And we started burning DVDs of everything, so that because videotape will start to deteriorate pretty quickly. 10-year-old VHS tape can look pretty shabby. Everything's digital now, and it stays, it lasts. It's a good thing. And so you have to be a combination of a archaeologist and a private eye and obsessive compulsive nutcase. But you can pull it off. You can build a history, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not necessarily building a fabulous collection. I'm building a history of something that I think is important.